We'll have a lot of meetings. My plan is to motivate you to send to NASA. That's my plan. Okay. So before going to the details, let me explain what is the motto of NASA. Next slide, please. Amanu, I'll bet you there will be down arrow. You click on that. When I say, please click. Okay. Got the point? On the loud way, Chandranama, what is the motto of NASA? రిథమిక్గా అందరూ ఒకేసారి చెప్పాలి ఆ సౌండ్ కి అది మైలగల రిథమిక్గా when I start 1 to go then you start 1 to go. NASA. You know, we have also another institute in India. That institute name is ISRO. Okay, what is ISRO? Where the headquarters of ISRO? Where? In Bangalore. Okay. So rocket launching station eక్కడ ఉందన్న? Andhra Pradesh. Why that is very near to sea?
Because the rocket parts will fall because of the molecules will release in space and fall into the sea.
If there is any eventuality, you know, while sending a rocket to space, there are chances that sometimes it may fail. So if there is a failure, the rocket may fall into the river instead of habitats. So there will be no loss of property and human beings. That is the reason that people kept there. That station name is SHAR. SHAR. Satish Dhawan High Altitude Range. What is SHAR? Satish Dhawan High Altitude Range. Okay, that is another name of rocket launching station. Okay, so next slide, please. You know, NASA, though it's a space agency, it is involved in a lot of research areas. If you go to this website, you can find a lot of things. First, you read first 4 lines and 4 things. You read first 4 things. Refraction space. Garbage space, disposal in space, garbage. So every day we need to clean our house. Similarly, more than 2 million satellites have been sent so far to the space. What is the number of million? Million and 10 lakh. 10 lakh. Just imagine, entire space is clumsy. Okay? There are good ones, there are bad ones. Sometimes one has to remove those space debris. Okay, there is a technology called developed by government of Japan. Blooming technology. Blooming technology cheaper and space broom. Yes. Packed everything in one click and it will bring the entire thing to the space. I mean, the International Space Station. International Space Station? International Space Station was sent by American government, at the altitude of 250 kilometers. There are 2 Indians, great Indians, went to that International Space Station. Can you name them? Kalpana Chawla? No, Sunita Williams. Did I heard about her?
Yes.
Kalpana Chawla still alive or dead?
Dead.
Because when she was coming back to the International Space Station, there was a accident. She was, died in that accident. Okay. Sunita Williams, recently Indian American, who gone to that space and came back very recently. Okay. There are 2 Indians who went to International Space Station. Okay. So this is a very, very important technology. Now my point is, we don't understand every concept of this things whatever I have written there. You must understand. My target is you must understand technology. Then you have to go to Google. You have to write everything in your own. Okay, not like a simple thing. You have to add that own intuitive, own knowledge. This is our aim, place to come. Okay, so this is I recommend most of the people kindly go through this. How to remove the space debris you know, the technologies are being evolved recently. What are the things we are exactly doing to remove the space debris? Okay, and next slide, coming to the next slide. Geostationary satellite in, sorry, no, before slide. Geostationary satellite in space. Geo means Earth, station, and suppose Earth is moving like this. Okay, Earth is moving like this. The same rotation, there is another one satellite that is moves like this. So suppose if you want to capture the Indian territory, it always captures the Indian territory. There are three types of satellites: LEO satellite, low Earth orbiting satellite; MEO satellite, medium Earth orbiting satellite; and high Earth orbiting satellite. LEO satellite is generally located at 500 to 600 kilometers, whereas MEO satellite, medium Earth orbit satellite, that located at exactly 1000 to 2500 kilometers. Whereas there is another category of satellite that is HEO, high Earth orbiting satellite, high, that generally located at 20,000 kilometers above from Earth surface. Do you heard about GPS?
Yes, sir.
What is GPS? Global Positioning Satellite System. Original name of GPS is GNSS, Global Navigational Satellite System. It provides simply the latitude, longitude information. Latitude, longitude. Did you heard about that?
Yes, sir.
What is latitude? What is longitude? No. Before that, latitude, longitudes are imaginary lines. You must keep that point in your primary memory. They never exist. Realistically, they never exist. Just imaginary lines. Latitude look like this, whereas longitude look like this. One latitude is equal to 106 kilometers. That means if the latitude of the Bhimavaram is 13.6, Vijayawada is 14.6. The distance between Vijayawada and Bhimavaram is 106 kilometers. You can make like that. Okay? One latitude is equal to 6 minutes and 57 seconds. We are, exactly we are at the 83 degrees longitude, Bhimavaram. Okay? And the latitude is 13.6. Suppose you have another latitude, longitude information for the station, then you would know the distance between Bhimavaram and other station. Something like Hyderabad or Delhi, or Bangalore or Seoul or Australia, some other place. So these two lines, two things tells about where exactly you are located. Okay? So satellite is rotating around the Earth, definitely. So if you want to know where exactly you are located, you must have some receiver. All our mobile phones are satellite receivers. Okay? GPS receivers, in fact. GPS receivers. So satellite signals are being continuously sending. The receiver in this phone receives that signal by the phenomena of triangulation. If you know the trigonometry, triangulation is not a big issue. Then you can find where exactly I located, where exactly you located, where exactly that girl located. Okay? Navigation, that itself finds where exactly you are located, where exactly this book is located. Okay? Now, if you go to Hyderabad and Vijayawada, you may have traveled to, Vola cabs. You know, Rama?
Yes, sir.
Vola cab, along with GPS based. GPS. Okay, even recently our Indian government has got its own GPS. The name of the Indian GPS is IRNSS, Indian Regional Navigational Satellite System. IRNSS అంటే చెప్పండి? Indian Regional Navigational Satellite System. There is another word for that also, NAVIC. The Sanskrit name of the IRNSS is NAVIC. It's a Sanskrit word. It's a Sanskrit word. Navigation. Okay? So, my recommendation is, don't go through all the things this space here. Okay? So just focus on third one, garbage disposal in space, and geostationary satellite in space. Laser communications. I don't want to emphasize here. Revelation of Milky Way galaxy. I don't recommend that. Limits, revelation, space suits is a very interesting concept. If you look at the space suit concept, anyhow, I will provide the full details later on. You also don't worry. And at the environmental spacecraft, no problem. Forget about that. Martian life, yes, Martian life. Recently Indian government sent one Martian mission to the Mars. What is it? You name that? Mangalyaan. Mangalyaan. Yan is a Sanskrit word. Travel to Mars. Gaganyaan. Space. Travel to space. Chandrayaan. Travel to the moon. Got it? Mangalyaan. Gaganyaan. Got it? Okay. So we are very strong in, the mission to Mars. I also recommend kindly go through that point, okay? Very exactly. The Martian life, in days to come, if we are lucky, by 2100, exactly another in couple of 23, 67 years or 70 years, there will be Mars colonization. Most of the people on the Earth's surface will be sent to Mars because it's one of the habitable planets that ever found on the planetary system. Okay, did you heard about the Mars colonization?
Yes, sir.
Mars colonization. It's a very recent word, the buzzword. In fact, buzzword. Most of the people, very familiar with that. Okay, yeah, next. There are other areas also. There are various list of things. So, how exactly the people at NASA work to have a better knowledge about this technology? Next slide, please. So first, let me focus on health and medicine. Health and medicine. Next slide. Okay. This is one of the very, very interesting project being developed by the NASA people. When you go to space, there will be cosmic rays will be there and other radiation also. If cosmic ray passes through your body, there will be some damage to our cells. Through DNA. Do you heard about DNA?
Yes, sir.
What is DNA? Right, DNA. There will be 4 parts of DNA. Purine, guanine, there will be four sections in the DNA. Okay, DNA structure DNA helical shape helical shape DNA. DNA subparts. So what happens when the radiation is propagating to your body, particularly to astronauts, those who are going to space, that going to create some nuisance to our body finally leads to cancer. Okay, in order to find the cancer, recently the people at NASA developed a technology, fluorescent paint. Once the astronaut come back to the Earth's surface, they will collect some sample of blood from astronaut. They will, image that blood sample with fluorescent paints. So if you look at this here, you could see 2 colors here. What is this color?
Blue.
What is this color?
Red.
Very near to red pink, very in between red and pink. Okay? Anyhow, this is a different color. So you can simply see that this is the part got damaged due to the lethal radiation. Okay? So very simple technique developed by the people here. This is the space center. There are various divisions in NASA. More than 64 divisions in NASA. One of the divisions is Johnson Space Center. This is one of the divisions of the Space Center in NASA. But this is another industry, private industry, where these people develop this technology. Okay? When I am showing this picture, this is one of the divisions of the NASA, the second line. And third line is one of the private companies, though these people have developed this technology. Okay? So, by looking at this picture, suppose you have another idea of what you can do to provide a solution, a feasible solution to the problem. You go through that. You go through this exact slide or exactly this, Johnson Space Center, NASA. You can, maybe Google it. Then we have a lot of information. And go through that. What suggestions you can make? What do you mean by cancer? How to cure that? What are the present technologies being available to cure cancer? You go through that. You try to add some color. Yeah, try to add your own words. Then you will make a presentation or you make a 1 to 2 pages write up and send to the people. Then finally you are going to be selected. This is the way of doing this. Got it? So next slide, Amma.
Sir, excuse me, sir, but astronauts wear spacesuits, so how the cosmic rays and cosmic rays?
Yeah, sometimes there is a chance that space should get also damaged because of the lethal radiation being emitted by the cosmic rays. In such scenarios, this technology will be highly useful. Okay? Yeah, next slide. Biometric sensor tracks a vital. No, before sir. Biometric sensor tracks a vital signals for health. Most of the people, when you are working, particularly software industry, so there will be a lot of pressure. Okay, we call it as a cognitive stress. Cognitive stress. If there is a great stress on the software industry people, just imagine what is the plight of the astronauts who are living far away from our Earth surface. There will be huge stress on them. They have to understand aerodynamics, they have to take their food, they have to sleep on a bed. I mean, they sleep and they have to do the regular activities. There will be a lot of stress on them. So when compared to ourselves, stress on the astronauts is more and more. Sometimes heart may fail. Okay. Sometimes blood will come from their nose also because of the cognitive stress. What do you call it as? Cognitive stress. So in order to overcome that cognitive stress, this technology has been developed. So all space suits will have the facility to have some sensor. What exactly does, it will always monitor the blood pressure level, the BP level, and other organ, sensory things. And finally, that sends the information to the ground station. Based on the information sending to that sensor, the people at the ground station will evaluate the condition of the health condition of the astronauts. This is another technology being developed by the NASA. This is the company. This is the another private organization where this company has requested these people propose a technology. These people have proposed this technology. Got it? The next slide. Sadhanama?
Material for Mars makes life-saving research.
జనరల్గా తెలుసుకుందాం మనకి ఆపరేషన్ జరిగింది అనుకోండి హాస్పిటల్స్ ఆపరేషన్ జరిగినప్పుడు స్టిచెస్ సో అదే మీరు ఆస్ట్రోనాట్ పైన జరిగింది అనుకో when they are doing some operation or some critical operation there itself, what happens sometimes they may have some cracks or some wounds on the bodies. So blood clotting is one of the issues in space. So it is impossible to stop the blood flowing to the astronaut because of the different conditions prevailing. So ordinary stitching will not affect for this astronaut. That's why this company has developed a new technology by using these materials, and finally they successful. And choosing it's located in South Carolina state have done this project. Next slide please. Image analysis software is cancer treating. Sometimes because of the lethal radiations, most of the astronauts will have cancer, definitely. So, once an astronaut went to the space station, minimum 52 days they have to spend there. Minimum. Because, there will be a lot of cost involved to send one astronaut to space. Almost in Indian currency 150 crore. If the NASA wants to send an astronaut to the space station, NASA has to spend at least 150 crores on that astronaut. Okay? So, a lot of cost involved. So, he will not come back immediately. Suppose, first day he went to that space station, immediately he got cancer. So bringing back to the Earth surface is very, very tough task. It's not an ordinary space. So suppose you may have some cancer symptoms. How do I recognize that? So one has to think on that way. Immediately the technology is coming into existence. Got it? So this is another technology being developed with the NASA people with the help of ER2. This is our next. Next one? Yeah. So this is regarding dark matter. Do you know dark matter?
Yes, sir.
Dark matter. Dark matter ఏమంటారమ్మా తెలుగులో దానికి నేమ్ కూడా ఉంది చెప్పండి. బ్లాక్ హోల్స్. కృష్ణ బిలాలు అంటారు. ఏమంటారమ్మా? కృష్ణ బిలాలు అని అంటారు. యాక్చువల్లీ ఇట్స్ సాంస్క్రిట్ వర్డ్. ఓకే. సో మీ అందరికి బిగ్ బ్యాంగ్ థియరీ విన్నారు కదా? బిగ్ బ్యాంగ్ థియరీ అర్థం అయితే ఆటోమేటిక్ డార్క్ మ్యాటర్ అంటారు. ఇది దీని మీద పెద్ద ఫోకస్ వద్దులే. నెక్స్ట్ slide. Transportation. Okay, how transportation will be done in space? Next. Yeah. Ordinary aeroplane, what is the minimum or maximum speed of the ordinary aeroplane? When you fly from Vijayawada to Mumbai, what is the minimum speed of the aeroplane? 600 kilometers per hour. Entama?
600 kilometers per hour.
Whereas if you take jet aeroplane, the minimum speed is 1440 kilometers per hour. Almost 600 ekkada, 1440 ekkada. Almost double kane ekkuva. And with that speed they have to travel. So, in order to meet that criteria, the transport system is very, very strong and very, very accident prone, hydro prone. Okay, but for that this technology has been developed by the NASA people. A lot of things are even here. I will share this PPT to Prasad also. We'll share the same PPT to you also. Type on its go to this. Okay, next slide. So this is next slide. Not necessary. Yeah. This is space age insulation evolves to replace plastic and save weight. If you want to, bring 1 kg of material to this place, how much cost it involves? More than $2 million US. 1 kg. If you want to lift 1 kg to this place, almost $1 million has to spend by Nazareth. So the more and more bags you have, the more burden will be on the Nazareth. So whatever you are bringing, that must be very, very thin, less weight. Even it is less than 10 grams, it is better. Even it is less than 1 gram, even it is better than that. Even less than 1 gram is also better than that. The weight must be less. Got it? So in order to develop such technologies, this company has come forward to make very interesting materials, sponge-like materials to bring to space. Okay. Next. This is completely software technology. Software, there will be 2 types of sciences: theoretical science, practical science. Before doing any experiment, generally theoretical physicists will come forward and they propose some, models. So if it is really feasible, then they will go with the experimental ones. So theoretical research, you may not be, familiar with theoretical concept. Don't rely on this concept. So maybe if you go to engineering level, then that definitely will be an interesting topic for you. Okay, next slide. Yeah. Super accurate atomic clocks. Okay, we already talked about GPS. So GPS, every GPS transmitter will include, very accurate clock. Okay, watch clock. Okay. So the time is very, very, very precise. Unless otherwise, it is impossible to make a synchronization between satellites itself. If there will be no synchronization between different satellites, so it is impossible to have the proper navigation facility. So in order to have that facility, these people have developed this technology. Okay, next. Next. Energy and environment. Next. So, again, what kind of water being, used by space scientists, astronauts? This is also another issue. You cannot preserve the water in that atmosphere because there will be no gravity. Okay? So you have to alter that. The pH value should be less, okay? Minimized. So in order to minimize the pH value of the water, there should be some technology. So the people are, the Ames Research Center in NASA trying to develop this technology. Next. So building monitoring system provides insight for sustainability. Okay, no, not necessarily. Next. Okay. Next. Okay, this is another issue. Food carrying. You're carrying food. You cannot make rice and papucharu there. So you have to bring some food to the space station. The food should be very small, something like capsule-like. Or you cannot carry all the pizzas, burgers, and chapatis and everything to the place. So instead of what they do, they make some very small capsule-like things. They eat them. So in order to get rid of starving. Okay. So this is the technology developed by the Ames Research Center. Next. Coding. Yeah, next. Pointing platform and set emerging from space station. Now this is the concept. Next. Yeah, this is a very interesting topic, particularly for our people because it's agriculture based thing. Most of the NASA is trying to keep their effort on agricultural satellite, AgriSat, because it is AgriSat, agricultural satellite. So there are plenty of data is coming from the satellites. So they have to analyze those data in order to know the vegetation, where exactly crops are being elevated, what problems are they facing. So in order to tackle those things, this technology has been developed. Next. Yeah, there is a wonderful website. Apart from this NASA, the website name is Spinoff. Please write down that web address. http://spinoff.nasa.gov. So I discussed only 10 to 15 issues only. There are thousands of issues. If you go to that website, then you will have plenty of information. And try to choose 1 or 2 topics and do research on that. Try to prepare your own notes and try to prepare some, PPT presentations. Then we will evaluate what way you are able to understand the concept provided within us. Okay? And in 2-3 weeks లో మనం ఏం చేద్దామంటే ఇది ఫస్ట్ మీటింగ్ కదా, నెక్స్ట్ వీక్ మళ్ళీ నేను వస్తాను. మేబీ ఫ్రైడే కానీ సాటర్డే సెలవు ఫ్రైడే వస్తాను. మీరు ఈ లోపు ఏం చేస్తారంటే ఈ ఎంటైర్ పీపీటీ ఒకసారి చదవాలి.